Initial reactions on that?
Yeah, look, I'm proud of how we stepped up in the second half. You know, we crawled it back to 26-21, but I think Ireland deserved winners today. Every time we hit back and got it back to 5 points, or got it back between one score, they hit back again and stretched the lead. So it was hard for us to put scoreboard pressure, especially how they came out and scored first as well. So, look, I'm proud about how particularly that first 20 minutes into the second half, how we responded. But Ireland deserve winners today, and credit to them.
How do you I know it's still raw, but how do you analyse the championship overall now that they kind of 3 wins and not be able to get the Triple Crown or being a chance with it tonight?
Yeah, again, hard to put my finger on. It'll probably be, tonight just letting my emotions brew a little bit, but I've seen what's gone in behind the scenes, and I'm super proud of the group and the way we bounced back after Italy. And it's not an easy thing to do, and I'm really proud of the boys, how they rallied this championship, and we've definitely made progress. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, like you say, I would. My goal was that Triple Crown on that field here today, and we didn't get there. But there was progression, and it's not. I don't feel like it's the end for this group. I feel like this is a good starting point for us, and like I said, I'm proud of our championship.
So how frustrating was it in that first half that a lot of it was on the back of your own errors? Such a clean performance last week against France, but a lot of stuff went wrong there.
Yeah, and I think a bit of credit has to go to Ireland for that as well. Not just they put us under a little bit of pressure, particularly in hour and a half. But like I said, those errors on us, and we were able to dominate the France game because our error count and penalty count was so low. And I think those 2 areas maybe just creeped up a little bit. And to let Ireland go with field position, and they're very good when they have the ball in your 22.
What was the importance of the collisions yesterday? Is that the area that you came off second best?
I think so, yeah. Look, I thought that first 20 minutes after half-time, the way we responded and built phases and ran at them was really positive. We got back to 26-21, but they won more collisions today than we did. So I think that's a big reason why they won the game.
What was your finger on why that happens?
I think, to be honest, to put simply, they won the collisions. I don't know why. We'll have to go back and look at it. But they won that area of the game today, and it went a long way for them winning it.
What was the problem, Sonny, in the first half of the attack? You couldn't really seem to get much going with ball in hand. What was the problem from your point of view?
Yeah, Ireland were sitting off a lot on our edges, and I don't think we were taking the space directly in front of our face. We were more trying to go around them, and I don't think that was a particularly good tactic. It's something that we previewed, so as players, we probably got to take it on more than, like we said, it was mentioned to us throughout the week, but you can't go in and out of executing the game plan for 20 minutes because against good teams like Ireland, particularly at home, the game can get away from you. So I thought we needed to run at them more, and you saw that with probably all our tries, really. A lot of those tries were straight through the middle rather than around.
All good? Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. And now on to questions for Gregor, please.
What was your assessment of the match today, Greg?
Look, Ireland had a very good start, and then I thought our try on the back of 18 or 19 phases showed what we set out to do, and then really it wasn't a great first half from our perspective. After that, a few errors. And Ireland were good. Ireland were really good when they got opportunities. And then the second half was excellent. The third quarter up to about the 65th minute was excellent. We were really physical. We put pressure on Ireland. We felt there was more penalties that could have gone our way when we were in their 22, but we got 2 tries, and the momentum was back in our favour. It was just once we got to 19-14 and 26-21, they did better with their possession. Sometimes that was possession we gave them, but on other occasions they obviously just kept ahead, and they finished as stronger as we were probably trying to force things. But they played well. They always seem to play well against us, and I felt they attacked really well today.
Does it surprise you, given how clean a performance it was last week? Because there's something that, I'm sorry to say, maybe the way that Ireland could have approached the game. What would you put it down to?
Yeah, I think the attacks we're getting rewards today, and the team of the possession, and you've got to you're going to be obviously really switched on and focused around your handling with the spaces and your contact area. I thought contact work was very good again, and look, the standards last week were exceptional. Right? Not losing a ruck against France, four penalties, like they're exceptional for any team. So I think it would have been difficult to repeat that. It's going to be difficult to repeat that ever again. But we needed to be better today. And the way we played in the second half, you could feel the confidence was growing. We just needed to put more scoreboard pressure on Ireland.
Was that the frustration, the momentum shifts? Any time you got yourself a score, you allowed the Ireland back in and just killed the sort of momentum you were building?
It didn't. We obviously got to 1914, then we got back to 26-21. I think when it got into that 60, 50, 70 minutes, I felt that we get more possession, we're going to get those opportunities that we were showing, but they were able to score before that, and that was frustrating. That once we went more than one score up, we probably forced things ahead. And like the scoreline is a scoreline. But I felt that third quarter was very competitive, and it could have gone our way if we'd managed to get ahead in the scoreboard. We didn't, and Ireland deserved a win.
Overall, do you feel it's been a positive championship from a Scotland perspective?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the performances that we've delivered, especially those three victories, some of the best rugby I've seen this team play. Obviously, the France game stands out, England game, a lot of the Welsh game, in particular second half. And today it's a reminder and a lesson. Like, the reminder is this is what we need to do to play at our best. And when we do that, we can put one of the best teams in the world. I think Ireland are ranked third in the world, like England and France were. Like, we've gone up against some of the best teams in the world, and in that period, we scored points, we put them under pressure. But the lesson is that it has to be for a longer period. We're not saying 80 minutes. No one can play 80 minutes where they dominate possession. But we've got to be better when we do have those opportunities. It took a while for us to settle in defence as well, but once we did, that was much better. So yeah, just another game for us to know what works and what we have to lean into more, double down on more, and what we have to keep at our game.
You've also been able to beat some of the best sides during your tenure during these championships, but not Ireland. Do you think there's any element of a kind of mental block there or anything like that?
No, Ireland are a very good team. They've got an excellent record here against almost every team. So we've unfortunately been through this period when they've been a dominant force. Like, we were here 2 years ago playing for the Triple Crown, and we lost by 4 points. But we didn't really fire that many shots that day. We fired more shots today, but in the end, it's a bigger score because they're a quality side, and you've got to play very well to beat them. And we didn't do that for long enough today.
Gregor, you talk about it being a lesson for the players. You've had a lot of lessons against Ireland over the past 10 years. In a game of this magnitude and what was at stake, why was that the first half just so far off what you've been looking for? And that's sport, that's rugby. That's, if you want a perfect performance every week, then you're living in fantasy land. Every team is going to have moments in the game where they don't do as well as the opposition. Every team's going to have a performance, especially in the Six Nations, where they don't achieve the highest level of rugby. And you can look at any team in this year's championship. The positive was that we regrouped in the second half and we played some excellent rugby, but it wasn't enough to win.
Gregor, has the challenge of facing Ireland changed in 2026, or is it the same challenge executed well?
Same challenge. I think you know they're going to be very good around the line out. They're going to run an attack shape that is very aligned, that they've spent a number of years honing, and they will challenge you on that gain line. And then defensively, they're going to challenge you post tackle, push the edges off the laws. So yeah, it's a similar challenge you face, and if they play well and they're really accurate, which they were excellent today, then it's going to be a very tough challenge.
Gregory, do you feel the emotion of the occasion, the chance to do something unprecedented, influence the first half at all?
No.
Why not?
Why did I not think that?
Yeah.
Well, I felt we obviously scored a try after 19 phases early on. So while Ireland scored in the first minute or second minute, I felt we got our game into place. And I say no because I didn't feel that was. I didn't read that in the players. You'd have to ask them individually. I'm a coach, not a player, but they were more just tactical, technical things we needed to improve on, which we did in the second half. And we're going up against a very good opponent who are really good today.